I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to do just a real brief introduction to some of the things I do as far as documenting my finds and photographing them and using my database and so forth. It's going to be a real basic introduction. Let me show you where I'm at right now. In my little setup right here that I've got a Canon, I think it's a T6 Rebel camera set up with the software that'll display it on the screen. I don't know if you can see this, but I took these old shop lights from Lowe's and painted them and put shadow material on them. Diffusers, I guess you'd call it. I'm not prepared to do this, but anyway, I've got 4 lights. And the 2 computer screens were given to me, and the computer was given to me. All I did is put a hard drive in it and install the software. And here's some of the relics from recently, the bullets that I'm going to photograph. You can see that I've got I think there's 114 objects here. That's a lot of, not all bullets. And here I've already entered them in my database. I assign everything a number according to the site. Like this is site number 114 and relic number 866 to start with, and there'll be site 118. And I just roughly got categories and so what they are. Like fired Spencer, just brief, and the date that I found them and how I found them and the detector I was using and so forth. You can see I've made all kind of little old tricks and stuff, to set stuff up on. I've even made my own scales when I want to use a scale. I actually made this light table. I took an old computer desk and put a lighted background in here that you can dim and brighten. Of course, you can brighten and dim these lights too. And like I said, I've got all kind of little props and stuff I've made and so forth that I use. See if I can show you what it's doing here. So I just photographed that one. Well, I'll just photograph it again to show you. I've got a little thing, I put it on here and see I've got a screen right here. So you can see it on the screen. Move it around, center it if I need to. I don't use the scale on the bullets because I'm going to eventually mic them and give actual dimensions on all of them. And I've also got them automatically where it automatically numbers. I'll just go in here, preferences, file name, and I can set up the sequence and so forth. And all I do is just once I get it set up, I just come up here and see my cursor there, just click. Of course, it shows up upside down. I invert the image when I edit them. So you can see that one there. Let's see what it looks like over here. Just I don't know if you can see it screen on screen here. But you can see the detail. Might be a little bit too light, but I turn the lighting down just a shade. Matter of fact, we'll do that and see what happens. Let's do another one. See, I highlight it right here. Just click the button. Then it should show up over here. Okay, that looks a little bit better. See what that one looks like. Yes, that looks better. See the detail when you size up on it. It took me a long time to develop this. I tried to take pictures that would take me forever to take one photo. But with this, I can go through them real fast, about less than a minute a piece. Well, I'll turn it back on here and show you a little bit more later. Start out with this one, take a little clearer piece. This is a button. I don't know if you can see that. It's number 1180041. So I go over here and set my preferences. You can't see this, but I changed it to 118.0. Do 2 zeros. Change it to 2 places. Start out with 41. That'll be good up till number 99 before I'll have to change that again. So what I do, if you see that button up there, I just center him up as good as I can with some lines. Put my scale at the right height. And here we go. So about right there. So that's side 1. Now, when something I take more than one picture of, I got to go back to the file and change it back to the same number. It'll do an _1, _2, and so forth. So what I do, I just slide that out, turn it over, and slide it right back in place where it was. Now I got side 2. I'll show you what those look like sitting here. Don't know how good you'll be able to see it. If you can see it over on the screen or not. So you can enlarge it. You can even read it. It says plated right there. And got some stars on the back of it. The white background is a lot more useful if you're going to print this in a book or something. See, it's got the scale. If you just want to look at the silver face of it. Of course, it's upside down, but that's pretty good quality. Let's look at this grape shot or fired ball. See, look, it looks like a planet coming into you. All right. Now let's get back set up for bullets. Like I say, on bullets, I've got it set up where I'm going to eventually use the mic and measure all the bullets so I can tell for sure what caliber they are and all that. But all I do for a bullet, since I don't use a scale, but I can use a scale for a second here to set the white balance. All right. And I'm photographing all these in RAW format, so if something's off a little bit, I can adjust it after the fact. Let's just see what it looks like. Then I'll get in the groove here in a minute. That don't look bad. You can see the groove's real good in it. If you can see that on screen. All right. Here's my database after I've entered these 114 items in it, starting right here where the cursor is. So we gave them all a number and so forth, and description and all, date that was found, what metal detector I was using. Here's the individual one. You can see when I change the screen, this up here will change. Of course, it don't have the GPS coordinates on it yet. Sorry. But if you notice over here where the photos are, there's no photos. And typically a database, it takes a long time to enter photos. So let me show you something here. I just emailed those pictures after I got them done. What I do, I email them at a reduced scale, 640, so they're easier to use. And let me show you something. I'm just going to drag them over into this folder called DB. Okay, they should be there now. Now, if you see here, all the pictures are associated with the right number now. See here? That quick, within a second. I have 114 photos in here. Of course, I can click on enlarge here and see enlarge view. And of course, when I get the information for the bullets, I'll put the information here. I'll do something that at my old age. I'll measure them, do all that stuff when I ain't got anything else to do. See, I can scale down them right here. Let's get on one up here and see. Just scale down and there's each one of them. That fast. Well, I just thought you'd like to see that.